What's up, guys? Welcome back. So, I want you guys to know that we're in the fight of our lives. And what I mean by that is we have to constantly expand ourselves and our minds. Because I think that we're being made to, we're being kept small. Okay? Now, just imagine, get your tinfoil hat on for a second. If there was some secret government, or just the people that wanted the population to stay ignorant, stay dumb, to stay in the matrix, well, what would you do? You would dumb them down. You would fill them with worry. You would keep their mindsets small. Okay, you would have this sort of rape of the mind where you would just fill them with emotional content, and they would feel happy one minute and sad the next. They would feel all of these different emotions fluctuating all the time. They can never really get a handle on themselves. They would stay in captivity, a part of the rat race. Just never really having the means to do anything else or to experience a great life. Okay, they would lose a sense of adventure. They would lose that childlike that they had when they were younger, and they would just grow up and they would burn out and they become drug addicts. They would become dependent, and they would just get sick. They would get sick. And it's the fight of our lives to go against this. And that's why on this channel I recommend a lot of different stuff, and we talk about various topics. Something as simple as going to the thrift store and seeing what gems you could find. For me, that's a mind-altering thing. That's an expansion. That's the expansion pack, man. Getting into the city, seeing what the thrift store has to offer. All right? Something like switching gyms, getting in a new environment, meeting new people. When I say go outside, talk to the people in your city, in your community, it's all about to keep this thing from getting too small, getting too narrow-minded. You see, whatever we focus on, that's where we start going. All right. If you're sliding in a car, you start to skid. If you focus on the wall, dude, you're going into the wall. You want to focus on where you want to go, but you know what? The fear kind of pulls you to that wall. It's like, no, man, you got to focus on something greater, not the current circumstance, not about the negative. And here's one thing. It's like we're always in wartime, or that there's always terrorism and there's always something bad going on. That's why you cannot watch the news. All right. The music you listen to, you got to watch. You got to be alert. All right? So what I'm saying is continue to expand, continue the reading, continue the learning. Continue to look at where you want to be going, because that's where you're going to start going, and it doesn't happen right away. All right? Sometimes there's a lag effect. Sometimes it looks like you're going into that wall. But you got to continue to look at where you want to be. All right? And then continue to grow and move towards that. All right? And one of the things that I want to recommend you guys today, with the beautiful sun that's out, and we're in summertime, we have this month ahead of us, July. And this book, Kon Tiki, has been one of the greatest reading experiences that I've ever had. Okay, and I want you guys to be able to experience this. And I recommend that you get this book in this special color edition. And when you open it up, it has these pictures. There's real life pictures taken of this entire adventure. And what it was is these 6 guys, and they set out to sail the sea on a raft that they built out of these logs. And they're sailing, I believe it's across the Pacific, 4,000 miles. Okay, this is a true story. And I recommend that you read this and you sit out in the sun and you read a couple pages a day, and it'll probably take you the whole month of July. Okay, but as you read this, it's just gonna fill you with a sense of adventure, and I mean, it is so cool, guys. Like, I don't know if you have a book that is similar to this, similar in adventure and just scope and just fun. Put it down below. I want to read more books similar to this adventure. But when I was sitting there in the sun reading this, man, I just felt like a kid. I felt like everything was smaller. I felt like I was on the raft with these guys. and I think that you guys would absolutely love this. You know, they had a crab, a pet crab that came on board. They named it Johans. They had a parrot that was with them. They caught sharks with their hands. They're out swimming with sharks. It's so cool. I highly recommend that you get this book, Kon Tiki. All right, this is the color edition. I think you can order on Amazon for $10-15. Another thing, I've picked this up at the thrift store for just $1. All right, but we need stuff like this in our life, guys. We have to fight. Okay, maybe you realize we're in a matrix, and maybe we can't escape, but at least we can thrive instead of just exist. Okay, we can choose what we focus on. We can choose how we're going to think, how we're going to approach the day, if we're going to have gratitude or not, or we're just going to be complaining and we're going to feel stuck in our situation and we're never going to be able to get out. Okay, and I want you guys to realize there's stuff that we can do. There's stuff, and maybe it's what we have to do. Like I said, it's a fight of our life because a lot of this stuff goes on subconsciously. We're being affected by the people, by the media, by the programming. It looks like everyone has such great, fantastic lives. You know, all these beautiful people on Instagram, like they're always going different places, they're visiting, they're staying at luxurious Airbnbs and having the time of their life with beautiful women and going to parties and just making a ton of money. It's like, well, you know, for the average guy, for the daily guy, that's not how it is. Okay, and life is tough. It doesn't show you behind the scenes when they're laying in bed and they're depressed as hell, when all hope is lost, when they lose a loved one, when they don't know what to do, when they feel like shit, and you know, when you start just losing control of your life. Okay, and then it causes your focus to become very small, man. Don't get there. And if you are there, realize you can start to break out and you can create a really good life for yourself, okay? So I highly recommend that you get started immediately, and one of those ways, read this awesome book, Kon Tiki. Read it this month of July. Make it a goal, all right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this talk. Let me know what you think. If you have any really cool book recommendations, I'd love to hear it down below, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.